Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do is talk about a terminology that's commonly used within lease agreements for commercial real estate, and that is, what exactly is a lease guarantee? So we'll dive into what exactly that is and explain the different types of guarantees that could be incorporated within a lease agreement if you're looking to lease commercial space. Now, before we dive into this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right, now before we dive into this actual video, I want to preface this by saying that I am not an attorney, so please do not misconstrue this as legal advice. If you have any questions about the terminology or the implementation of this strategy, or not necessarily strategy, but the verbiage within a lease agreement, you need to talk to a licensed attorney that is licensed in the state that you operate in. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's explain what exactly a lease guarantee is. So a lease guarantee is verbiage within a lease that essentially states that you or a corporate entity that you own is going to guarantee that the lease is going to be agreed or complied with throughout the term. So if you are paying $2,000 a month for 5 years, that means you are guaranteeing that payment's going to be made over the course of that term. And if for whatever reason you cannot comply with that, then you still owe that to the landlord. And the guarantee not only equates to or guarantees that you'll make the payment, but you'll also be compliant with the other terms of the lease as well. So oftentimes landlords will require a guarantee, in particular if you are a startup. Typically they'll require what's known as a personal guarantee, which means that if for whatever reason you cannot comply with the terms of your lease agreement, that they themselves can come after your personal assets. So oftentimes your personal residence could be at stake. Any other personal property that you own as well could be subject to lawsuit if for whatever reason you cannot comply. Now, oftentimes also, if your corporate entity is established, sometimes they'll just require a corporate guarantee, meaning that if for whatever reason your corporation cannot comply with the terms of the lease agreement, that they can come after your corporate assets, but they cannot come after your personal assets. Now, whether or not you actually are going to be required to have a personal guarantee comes with a variety of, it can be based on a variety of factors. One being how highly sought after the space is. There are obviously many landlords out there that like a personal guarantee because it gives them at least some peace of mind knowing that if for whatever reason the tenant cannot comply with the lease agreement, that they can at least have recourse against them to be able to collect on that amount over the term of the lease. Obviously there's other reasons. Maybe you're also requesting tenant improvement allowance, meaning that the landlord's going to provide you with some capital to be able to fit up the space. Again, they want to be able to make sure that they recoup that money, and if for whatever reason you can't comply with the terms of the lease, then if they don't have a guarantee, then they can't come after you for those terms as well. So as far as whether or not a lease guarantee is going to be required, it's really just going to be dependent on the location that you're at, the terms of the lease agreement itself, the landlord's preference, and then obviously the negotiation skills of your commercial real estate agent as well. So before you ever sign any type of lease agreement, and in particular any guarantee, you really need to have a commercial real estate attorney review it, because you want to make sure that the language in the agreement is not overly detrimental to you as a tenant. So regardless of the length of the lease term, I would really encourage you guys to do it. And I've had many clients of mine balk at the fact that they have to pay an attorney to review the lease, but let me tell you that it's much better to have to pay an attorney a few $1,000s in legal fees than have to deal with potentially thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in issues if you don't have that happen, and then all of a sudden during the lease term you face issues. So hopefully you gain some value from this video. Hopefully you understand now what a lease guarantee is and some of the ramifications of signing a lease guarantee. If you yourself are looking to lease commercial property here in Louisville, Kentucky, or its surrounding areas, I'm a commercial real estate agent in town. I've helped many, not only individuals, but also corporations find commercial property to lease. So feel free to give me a call at 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@grisantigroup.com. Thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.